So I got a puzzle for you. How do you get a shot from about 30 feet high while pulling yourself up with a rope? Well, it's easy with an invisible flying camera. No, I didn't use a drone. The camera I used fits in my pocket, and it's not just for special effects. It's actually the perfect personal camera that lets you focus on whatever you're doing instead of worrying about getting the shot. And did I mention it's really affordable? Here's the camera I used and why you need one. Hi, my name is Mick and you're watching 360 Rumors, the most trusted resource for in-depth 360 camera reviews and innovative techniques. You know, one of my favorite memories happened when I was 4 years old. It was actually my 4th birthday. So my mom asked me to put my arm around my brother. And back then I was a really fat kid. So I was so heavy that when I put my arm around my brother, his face fell into my cake. So it's special moments like that that I wanted to capture when we were having our first baby. So like many parents, I took up photography really seriously. So over several years, I bought a lot of cameras and lenses. So I was taking decent photos, but I was missing out on my family. And instead of being a part of the event, I was becoming an invisible observer. But now things are better. It's Father's Day weekend. We're going to Legoland in San Diego. A couple of years ago, I would have brought 2 or sometimes 3 cameras. But today, my backpack is at home. The camera I'm using fits in my pocket.
I just need my camera.
But I'm not missing out on any shots. Far from it. I'm actually capturing shots that matter more. Let me show you what I mean. Now, when I take a photo or video, I'm part of the action. And I don't even have to think about the shot. It's like having a cameraman with me. I can also take videos of the fun things we're doing while also showing our reaction. Selfies are another example. They used to be hit or miss. Now I get the shot the first time, every time. Or how about the photos when we're having lunch or dinner? Usually when we want to get a picture, half the table has to get up and stand and pose for the shots. Such a hassle. Now, there's no need to get up from the table. Everyone can stay where they are while I take the shot. And of course, my favorite, the invisible flying camera effect. Your invisible selfie stick automatically disappears, making it look like the camera is floating while taking your video. These benefits barely scratch the things that this camera can do. And if you think these are impressive, there's actually one more very important feature that I'll tell you about later on. Now, the reason I'm able to do all that is because I'm using a stabilized 360 camera, the Samsung Gear 360 2017. Wait a minute, Mick. You mean all this time you've been telling me about a camera that's already been out for a year? Well, you might know that the Gear 360 can take 360 photos or videos, but now it can do so much more, because in May 2018, Samsung updated the Gear 360 and added stabilization. Now because it's stabilized and because it has a 360 view, I can hold it at any angle. That means I don't have to worry about where it's pointed. I can focus on enjoying the moment with my family.
Where are we going?
In terms of image quality, the Gear 360 can be quite good. The audio quality is excellent too.
What?
Get driver's license.
The samples I showed had overcast skies, but I took other shots in sunny weather so you can see the dynamic range. Now one issue is that it has less detail in the shadows. I recommend turning on the HDR setting in the options. It actually does improve the shadow detail. So with all the things that this camera can do, you're probably starting to worry about how much this camera is going to cost. Well, that's actually the best part. It costs $100. Plus, just kidding, nothing. It's really just $100. So, is it hard to use? Not at all. The Gear 360 only has 3 buttons. There's a power mode button, a mode button, and a shutter. You press the mode button to switch between the modes that you want, and you press the shutter to select it. You can also use the buttons to change the settings. The mode button also doubles as a menu button. So when you press it, and you can go, for example, to the settings, and you press the shutter to select it. Press the mode button again to switch between the different settings. Press the shutter to select the setting. You can press the power button to move back. So besides shooting with the Gear 360 by itself, you can also connect with the Gear 360 app. Why would you want to do that? Well, first of all, you'll be able to get a live preview, and secondly, you'll be able to control the Gear 360 remotely. So here's how to do it. So first, you have to download the Gear 360 app. After you've downloaded the Gear 360 app, next thing to do is pair them. You hold down the menu button or the mode button. When you do that, you'll see options show up on the screen. Now from there, you can press the menu button to select between Android or iOS or remote control or street view. So in this case, I have a Samsung phone, so I'm going to select Android. So I'm going to choose Android. So on my phone, I'm going to tap on connect the new Gear 360, and then I'm going to select the Gear 360 that I'm using, and then they'll be connected to each other. Once they're connected, you can tap on the camera button to see a live preview of what the Gear 360 will capture. So here. Now from there, you can choose the settings, the mode button to select between the different modes. You can adjust the exposure compensation, plus minus 3 EV. Now if you want to use this as a single lens camera like a GoPro, you can do that. On the bottom, you can select sphere, and then you can select front or rear. So it should say select front, then it's going to use the front lens, and won't be 360 anymore. It will just be a regular, kind of like an action cam. You can also set the self timer. To do that, click on the settings and look for the timer option. You can use the app to take a photo. All you need to do is press the shutter. So let's say here. By the way, I've used the self timer, that's why it's counting down. You can also shoot wirelessly with or without a phone using the dedicated remote. When you turn on the remote, the Gear 360 connects with it automatically. It works even if you're already connected with the phone. The remote has a very good range, and I was able to use it even from around 30 feet away with 3 walls in between me and the remote. The remote is also really handy when using the Gear 360 with the Theta water resistant case. And after it's taking the photo, you can view the photos and videos you've taken by tapping on that icon on the bottom right. Or you can go to the main screen and tap on gallery. To do that, you'll see a bunch of double circular fisheye photos and videos. That's because when the Gear 360 takes photos, they're actually taking 2 photos at the same time, one from each lens. So now the app will combine them. So all you have to do to combine them is to select the photo, and then click on save, and it's going to download the photo or video to your phone, and at the same time stitch it. Now here's a tip. From the gallery screen, tap on the upper right corner to bring up the settings, and make sure to select stabilize. What that will do is that whenever you download a video, it will automatically add stabilization in the same step. So that's going to save you a lot of time. From here, you can connect your phone to your PC or Mac and then copy the files over, and from there you can share them to your preferred site, or you can also share them directly from your phone. So let's say I have the photo here. I can just tap on that and then tap on the share icon, and when I do that, you'll see the options for sharing. You can share your photos to sites such as Facebook, Google Street View, or Google Photos. You can share videos to YouTube, Facebook, or Google Photos. Now you can share your 360 photos and videos to more places to get more views. Check out the links in the description. You can also take a 360 frame grab from a 360 video, like extracting a 360 photo from it, and the quality is surprisingly good. At $100, the Gear 360 2017 sounds too good to be true. In fact, it would be great to have one as a second camera even if you already have a 360 camera. But there are two big issues. So first, it takes a long time to stitch, and the stabilization only works on the phone. Now it does have a desktop app, but as of June 2018, it can't stabilize the way the app can. So having to stitch everything on the phone can be a little bit tedious. Now one thing that mitigates this is a unique feature that I haven't heard other reviewers mention yet. It's a record pause button. This lets you make simple edits on the fly. And you can just theoretically upload the video directly to Facebook or YouTube. The Gear 360 2017 is the only 360 camera I know that has this feature. The other issue is compatibility. The Gear 360 2017 has stabilization only if you use the smartphone app. And the app works only on Samsung S6 or above and iPhone SE and above. If you don't have one of those phones, then you can still use the Gear 360 2017 with the desktop software, but just won't have the same stabilization. Now, if your phone and your desktop are both not compatible, there's still a couple of workarounds for using the Gear 360 2017. So for photos, you can use the Google Street View app. The Street View app can actually control the Gear 360 2017 and stitch photos for you. Another option is to use naderpatch.com. It's a free website where you can stitch photos from the Gear 360. For videos, you can use Magix Movie Edit Pro Plus. It can stitch videos from the Gear 360 2017. It can actually stitch them faster than Gear 360's own app. Now remember I mentioned earlier there's one more very important feature? Well, let me tell you about it. Well, last month, I met up with some representatives from Facebook's Immersive Media Group, and they showed me a sneak peek of something really cool. Soon, Facebook will let you step inside your photos and videos. Facebook will convert your photos and videos into a virtual environment that you can walk around in. So with enough photos and videos, you'll be able to visit your childhood home or the place where you and your spouse met. So you might be wondering, what does this have to do with 360 camera? Well, 360 videos will be much faster to convert into this virtual environment. You'll be able to relive special moments with your family and friends like never before. These days, I try to take at least one 360 photo or video of my family, even in the most mundane situations. To an observer, these photos and videos may appear ordinary, but 10 or 20 years from now, when my kids grow up, they'll be able to relive these scenes, see their grandparents and themselves almost face to face. And someday, God willing, maybe they can even show these experiences to their own kids. From this perspective, there's simply no better way to capture memories than with a 360 camera like the Gear 360. And that's why I shoot in 360. In my next video, I'll be comparing the Gear 360 with other great 360 cameras. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in 360.